Hello, I'm Laura. It's Sunday, December 7th, 2025, and these are today's Heartlines. We start a new theme this week with Peace, Be Still, and it is in honor of the World Day of Prayer at Unity headquarters this next week, where we hold people around the world in the truth that they are whole and beautiful beings created from divine love. You can look up the World Day of Prayer, Unity World Day of Prayer. Just type that into your searching engine. Now, for today, let's look at a conflict that's going on in the news right now, or at least it has for the past few days, and where we can find our peace within it. We have seen recently a very fiery RFK Jr. who was interviewed by an oversight committee defending his policy against both Democrats and Republicans, and his actions of firing Susan Monares, the head of the Centers for Disease Control, who stood up and defended the scientists who worked for her. In fact, she was one of RFK Jr.'s prime choices for that position, but he fired her when they had a disagreement over his dismissal of the panel that recommends vaccines and other policies he wanted to have in place to limit vaccine support and therefore availability for many people. So, wow, this is a little tough conflict that's been going on in the United States lately. And it's confusing to those of us who aren't really medical people and we're not really politicians. What is ours to do? Where can we find healing, not just for ourselves, but for others in our world? Well, when I was a child, I received vaccines for polio and for smallpox. And while I was in my childhood, both of those diseases were eradicated from the society in which I lived. So I know the value of medical science. I also know the value of holistic medicine because certain foods have been prescribed for me, or certain things have been done, in exercising and the like, to have me have more energy and feel better on a day-to-day basis. Both of these paths have value, the holistic or alternative medicine path and the medical path. And ours is to have faith that what we have before us are these amazing choices, and to support our country in giving those choices to people, in supporting their choices through insurance and through policies that allow them to do what they need to do for their well-being. So what is this faith we can have? It begins with fortitude to see us through whatever condition faces us or the people around us. It follows with awareness, an awareness of what's going on, not a turning away, not a blind eye to it, not a denial of it, but an awareness of whatever that condition is. Then that awareness can start bringing insight as we go within for that divine wisdom, for the guidance it gives. And we discover the truth about ourselves. Yes, the truth that we are already whole, that we are created from divine love, but also the truth with a small t. What are the facts? What does the science say about things? And what does that tell us about what we need to do in our lives? And then finally, all of that leads to hope. Don't ever give up on that hope. It is like that life preserver in an ocean of great turbulence sometimes, as we hang on to it to move us through our own doubts and fears until we find that peace through our fortitude, awareness, insight, and truth. So we're going to awaken that faith in ourselves right now by taking that wonderful deep breath, by relaxing and finding that place of peace and stillness, and closing our eyes and focusing on this thought. I have faith in the guidance of divine wisdom and the healing power of divine love. I have faith in the guidance of divine wisdom and the healing power of divine love. And so it is. You know, when the woman touched the hem of Jesus' garment, he told her, "Your faith has made you well." And her bleeding of 12 years was healed. Myrtle Fillmore took 2 years to talk to her body and to follow her inner guidance for what was good for her body and to find out the facts of what she needed at that time. We can know the facts that are before us. We can face the condition that faces us, and we can find our healing through faith. And most of all, we can come to a sense of peace that we are created in divine love and guided by divine wisdom. Thank you for joining me today, and have a wonderful day.